Hello again. Caught all this on the tube and did a little bit of Googling, and I'm going to attach a link. It's somewhat disgusting. And this is back on November the 5th, 2014. But what I saw was posted on June the 3rd, 2016. Shocking ISIS official slave price list shows Yazidi Christian girls aged 1 to 9 being sold for $172. 1 to 9. In a rather shocking revelation, it has been found that the Islamic State militants have been selling Yazidi and Christian girls as young as 1 to 9 of age for a price of $172 in Iraq. Activists working secretly out of Iraq have leaked a price list of ISIS slave markets from where men can buy Yazidi and Christian women as sex slave. Who in their right mind would buy a 1-year-old for a sex slave? Well, obviously they're not in their right mind, are they? According to a report published by Iraq News, ISIS has imposed these price controls over the sale of women in spoils of war, including cattle, as the market lately has experienced a downturn. It also stated that those disobeying the decree would be executed. On the price list, the youngest is a mere 1-year-old girl, while the eldest is 50. The price for girls between 1 and 9 years is the highest, followed by Yazidi or Christian girls between the age of 10 and 20, priced at $130. Women between the age of 20 and 30 were being sold for $86. A 30 to 40-year-old was being sold for $75, and a 40 to 50-year-old were listed for sale at a price of $43. The barbaric group that has fully fledged slave market both in Mosul, Iraq, Raqqa, Syria, has even gone to the extent of justifying its kidnapping of women as sex slaves, citing Islamic theology. One should remember that enslaving the families of the kuffar, the infidels, and taking their women as concubines is firmly established aspect of Sharia, or Islamic law. The group has said in an online magazine, reported CNN. You want to read the rest of the article. It's somewhat disgusting. Again, who in their right minds would rape a 1-year-old? What do they do after they've done that? They probably simply discard the body. In another article that I read on the same subject, because there's all kinds of links, women that are 50 are raped and beheaded and thrown into a pile. They don't have any value. If you don't think these people are barbaric, sick animals, you're sort of not thinking. Again, I don't put all Muslims in that same category. Just 150 million, without a doubt, are in that category. And millions more are polar bears. That's sort of what I think. Absolutely sickening and disgusting. You got the Democrats saying that Donald wants to prevent Muslims from coming to America. That's not what he said. What he said, he wants to put the brakes on until they can get a grasp on who they're letting into this country. But that freak at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, full speed ahead. And not in a good way. You know what I think. You know why I think what I think. Read the article. Do your own Googling. There's countless links, countless articles on the suffering that these people are subjected to. This brings me back to what I said earlier. Why do they want to recapture Fallujah? There is nothing left to capture. They should just disintegrate the city. Like Raqqa should be obliterated from the world, but they haven't been. It isn't that we can't do it. Are we trying to save the innocent people that have been mentally destroyed? Fallujah is another one they want to get back. What for? There's nothing worth getting back. Those that are alive aren't worth saving. That might seem somewhat harsh, but I believe it to be reality. What do you think you're going to get back from a city that has been in the hands of these barbaric animals for well over 2 years? What do you think's left to get back? The answer? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. By going after these cities to recapture them, all you're doing is wasting lives. Obliterate them. That's what needs to happen. And you know why I think what I think. Can you imagine a 1-year-old being raped by some barbaric animal?